welcome to my workshop. In today's video, I'm going to be checking out for you some saw blades. I'm going to be using my table saw and my mitre saw to test out blades from Walker Professional Tools. They've been around on the market since 1923, so they should have a good running history. However, for some strange reason, I've actually not heard about this make before. They are a UK-based company, and I was quite curious to actually see what they've got on offer. So today, I'm going to be testing out two blades on my table saw, mainly the 30 tooth and the 60 tooth version with the positive hook angle and alternate top bevel. And on the mitre saw, I'm going to be testing out the 60 tooth version with zero hook angle, alternate top bevel, and the 40 tooth with positive hook angle as well, to see what type of results we can achieve with those. However, the company offers different sizes and different specs for the blades. For example, as you can see here, the 184mm blades with 60 and 40 tooth as well, to accommodate any saws you may have in your workshop. And the main materials we're going to be using for the tests, well, the worst kind. I've got some plywood and I've got some laminated chipboard as well. So hopefully that will give us a clear indication of how well these blades perform. Now, the first blade I'm going to be checking out is the 30 tooth version, 254mm with max RPMs of 6000. And this is a coarse cut blade dedicated for wood. Now, for the test on the table saw, I am not using zero clearance blades, as I don't want to give the blades any additional advantage. And yes, a 30 tooth blade is definitely not the best solution for cutting laminated chipboard or plywood in that matter as well. However, that's the point of these tests, to see what actually we can expect. I have to say, I'm blown away. This is a 30 tooth blade and the cut is more or less absolutely perfect on a chipboard. However, this is the top side. Let's have a look on the other side. And over here we do have a bit of tear out. However, as I said, it's only 30 tooth blade. Let's just make another cut with the same setup. Okay, so that's the top. Again, beautiful clean cut. No chip out at all. Right, let's have a look on the other side. I think if you used a zero clearance blade, that could be eliminated to a bare minimum. But as it is now, that is not bad going at all. Now it's time for this 10mm plywood. Let's have a look what results we can get here. Okay, check it out. No tear out in the fibers. Absolutely no issues at all. Let's check it on the back side. Similar thing. No tear out at all. Right, and so far so good. The 30 tooth blade actually surprised me with the quality, and that's even when using this flexible insert blade. People that do have Rage 5 and have got this insert blade, they know what I'm talking about. You may have seen it on the plywood. It actually had a bit of a wave to it because of the pressure on that. So usually I actually do use a zero clearance blade that I made, as there's no flex in it. However, I just want to see what is the underside of the cut when there is no support there. So usually I wouldn't be actually using this, as it is absolutely rubbish. But hey, I want to show you how it is without any zero clearance blades or anything else. Hence, if you see a bit of a wave cut in plywood or anything else, that's the culprit. There is the flex in this insert plate. But when it comes to cleanless, 30 tooth blade, unbelievable quality. Now, if you're touching a blade with your fingers, always make sure your table saw is disconnected from power. So 60 tooth blade, let's see how good the cuts will be with that. First of all, the melamine board. Let's have a look what type of results we can get. And to be expected, the top is absolutely dead smooth. No chip out anywhere on the full length of the cut. Absolutely perfect. However, let's have a look what's happening on the other side. Right, check this out. Quite similar results actually to the 30 tooth. And now let's have a look how it will cope with the plywood. Right, let's have a look. Again, nice and clean surface. Nice cut. No issues at all. Even on the inside. Nice and clean. No saw marks. And on the back end, nice and clean cut. The fibers have not been torn out. So yeah, overall, very nice and clean cut. Now, of course, these tests are not scientific and in a massive great detail, as well, even if you do 20 cuts or 30 cuts with these brand new blades, you won't see the wear and tear yet. So today is just a overview, okay, a bit of testing so you can see how they perform straight out of the box, especially when you actually not heard about the brand and you're not sure what to expect. On top of it, these blades will not break the bank. With the 62 254 millimeters, you're looking about 28 or 30 quid. So the price is very, very competitive. And because of that, I just wanted to highlight that they can actually perform very, very well, even on those uncertain conditions with a table saw that's designed for slower RPM blades. And that's why for the next month or two, the only blades I'm going to be using in my table saw and in the mitre saw are the blades from Walker Professionals, to actually see how they held up over time with my usual type of work. So make sure to subscribe to my channel so you won't miss that future video if you are interested of how these blades will perform over time. But now, tell you what, let's change the blade on my mitre saw, and the first one we're going to do is the 40 tooth blade. Let's have a look how this one will perform on a mitre saw. Right, 40 tooth, let's give it a spin. Alright, here are the results, and as you can see, tiny chip outs at the top, a little bit more at the back, but nothing major. Very decent cut. Let's have a look on the other side. And as to be expected, it's absolutely perfect. That's how it works on a mitre saw. It's opposite to the table saw. The better side is facing down, and in this case it's absolutely perfect. No chip out, no tear out at all. Now I've got this hardwood piece of ash. It's 41 millimeters in thickness. Let's have a look how the 40 tooth blade will handle that. And check that out. Beautiful, smooth cut. No issues at all. And the saw didn't struggle with the cut either. Really nice. Now let's try to cross cut a piece of plywood. And again, look at that. Tiny little tear out, nothing major, not even at the ends. Really nice clean cut. Again, tiny little fibers, but overall beautiful and a clean cut. Right, with the blade in, time for the chipboard test. Okay, let's have a look at the results. We do have a tiny chip out just over here, and again a little bit at the back, but nothing major here, to be fair. Let's have a look on the other side. Absolutely perfect cut at the full length. Maybe just a tiny chip out just over here, but overall nice and clean cut. Now, as you've seen in both cases, for the 60-tooth blade and the 40-tooth blade, what I did first when cutting this laminate is that I've scored it first and then continued with the second pass, cutting through the whole board. However, let's have a look if I made the whole plunge from the front to the back of the board and see what type of results we could get in that case. And there you go. This cut proves that the technique also comes into play. We do get far more chip out. It's still not major, but we do get far more chip out than if you would score the board initially. Okay, so depending on how you cut things, it will also affect the end result. However, the reverse, again, it's nice and clean. Maybe just a tiny chip out right at the back, but overall very nice and clean. Again, let's have a go at cutting the ash board. Fairly dense wood, quite hard, so let's see how the 62 blade will perform with that. Again, very neat, nice cut, no issues at all. And how about plywood? Well, let's check it out. Again, similar situation actually to the 42 blade. A tiny little chip out right at the back, but that's because there's no support as we're cutting through. Top layer, no issues at all. However, on the other side, tiny amounts of tear out, absolutely nothing to be worried about. Very nice and clean cut overall. And there you have it, guys. Few simple tests to see what are the potential capabilities of these blades. And as hopefully you've seen, they are quite high. I'm actually quite surprised at how good these blades are. Initially, I was thinking they're probably going to be at the level of Saxton blades, but looking at the results, they're far better than that. I would even say they're better than Trent and maybe on par with Freud. Yeah, quite surprised with the quality here. However, these are just the initial start tests. The full review and the full testing will come in the future in probably about 2 months. I just need to spend more time with them and, well, take them through their paces. However, I have already made quite a few blade tests in my workshop with Saxton, Trent, Freud and few others. So if you want to have a look at those and more or less compare the results with the Walker, then I'm going to drop some links in the description of this video to all my videos with regards blade testing, so you can go have a look and check them out as well. I just want to let you know that these blades, all these blades have been sent to me free of charge by Walker. They asked me to check them out, see how they perform and give some thoughts on them. I am not getting paid for making this video or any content in the future, so they're not sponsors of my channel at all. I just wanted to let you know about that. For today, that's everything I wanted to share with you with regards to these blades. However, there will be the future content checking out how they last over time. So make sure to subscribe to my channel so you won't miss those future videos. Also, I want to say a massive thank you to my Patreons for the ongoing support. And before you go, check out these 2 playlists. Plenty of cool videos there, and maybe if you click on one of those, you'll find your next video to watch. For today, that's all. Thank you very much. Take care.